All right. So today we might do both subjects. All right. Maybe today we'll just discuss a bit about pricing from business, and then we're gonna discuss something from economics. All right.
All right, sure.
Well, let's see how it goes. All right. So now we're coming to pricing methods. So in last class, we actually talked about what are the things or how are price determined, right? Actually, let's just do a quick revision on that. I think I just explained you about fixed cost, variable cost, total cost. Okay.
Yep.
So let's just do a recap, and we're going to learn about how managers actually fix the price. Okay, how do they in general fix the price? We're going to learn in details later on, but here is
All
just
right.
here is just the basic. So obviously, what are the things they consider when they fix a price? Okay, so maybe you produce or you manufacture chocolate bars. Okay, now the question is, how much are you going to charge? Are you going to charge? Are you going to fix the price as $10 or $20 or $30? Okay, so there are so many things that you need to consider before you fix your price. So obviously, the first thing is cost of production, right? Because you
Yes.
cannot charge a price that is below the cost. Otherwise, you
Yes,
make a
true.
loss. Otherwise, you make a loss, right?
Yep.
So first, you must consider the cost of production. And we have learned yesterday. We have learned about variable cost,
Variable
right?
cost,
Fixed
fixed
cost,
cost.
yes,
Yeah.
those things. Okay. So those are the things that's been discussed in here. So let's go to the next one. You need to consider the competitive condition, right? So
Yes,
the
sir.
competitive condition means how is the competition there? For example,
Oh,
if the competition is very high, you cannot charge a high price. Basically, you have to charge the same price as your competitors charge, right? Almost the same price, not very high, not so higher than you. Okay. So this is because in a competitive market, if you charge high price, you're not going to get customers, right? The customers are going to go to the other firms, right? So that's why you need to set a price that is very similar to the competitor's price. Okay. However, in some market where there is no competition, in that case, maybe you can charge a high price, right? For
yep.
example, you came up with a drink that is very new. Maybe it's a mixture of uh, cola and energy drink, right? I think I gave this example before. So that is something new in the market, right? No one came up with that concept. So in that case, maybe in that industry, maybe because your product is a bit specialized, maybe you will have a competitive edge, right? That means you'll have
Yep,
some
true.
benefits. You'll be 2 steps ahead of your competitor. So in that case, maybe you can charge a higher price than your competitors. All right.
Sure.
So it really depends on your competition. You need to consider the competition when you fix the price. And obviously, this is also related to the previous point. You need to consider the competitor's price. Okay, and you need to understand how your price will affect the competition. Okay, we'll discuss more about this later on. And then it depends on your marketing objectives. All right. For example, what is your objective? Do you want to get more customers? Do you want to get less customers? Or do you want to attract more customers by offering a low price? Or do you want to actually increase the value, the image of your product by setting a high price? For example, let's say you manufacture perfumes, right? Now, when you manufacture
Yes.
perfume, if you set a very low price, what are people going to think about it? How is going to be your image?
Low quality.
Right. So people will think that, okay, maybe it's a low quality perfume, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you won't be able to establish the image, the brand image that you want to. Okay. So that is why you have to keep your marketing objectives in mind. You have to consider it when you choose your price. Okay. And then obviously price elasticity is another important thing, right? You have to understand how is your elasticity of demand? How is the price elasticity of demand? Are you dealing with a product that is for which the demand is price elastic, or for which the demand is price inelastic? It depends. Okay. If you are selling something like tobacco, you know that the demand for your product is price inelastic. That means there will not be a big response from the customers if you change the price. In that case, maybe you can charge a high price. Okay, so that should be fine. But you cannot do that if you think that the demand for your product is elastic.
Elastic.
Okay, so you have to be careful about this when you select or choose your price.
Yeah, sure.
And then another issue is your time in the market. For example, are you releasing a new product or it is an existing product? Okay.
Okay.
So in that case, if it's a new product, maybe you might have to sell at a lower price, right? Or if it's an existing product, or you have just you have been in the market
Making
for a
it
long
same.
time. Yeah, you have been in the market for a long time. Maybe in that case, maybe you can charge a high price because you're more mature. Okay. We learn about this strategy more in details. Okay, there's something called skimming and penetration. Yes. Okay, we learn about this.
That one's important in my report.
Yes. Yes.
That is the 3 price of strategy, right? One of the pricing strategy.
Right. Exactly. Okay, main pricing strategy. Okay. But when you talk about pricing strategy, there are 2 main types of pricing. Okay, these were just the things, whatever we just discussed now. These are things that you need to consider, that the managers need to consider when they choose a price, because ultimately the manager will decide the price. Okay?
Yes.
So these are the issues they need to consider. But when they become more serious, okay, then that's when they need to consider the 2 main types of method. The first one is cost-based pricing. And can you guess what's the second one?
Cost-based pricing.
The second one is competition-based pricing. Okay, that's the second one. So these are the 2 types of pricing method. All right.
Okay.
So you can guess, for example, the cost-based pricing is based on your cost, and the competitor-based pricing is based on competition.
The competition.
Okay. Or how is the situation in your market? How is the other competitors pricing their product? Okay. All right. So these are actually main difference, but even inside each category, there are different categories. Okay, there are subcategories. So inside cost-based pricing, we have something called markup pricing, and then we have something called target pricing, and then if you go below, there is full cost pricing. Some people even call it absorption, but that might sound a bit complicated for you, so you might just say full cost pricing. And then there is something called contribution pricing. Okay. So the sound might the words might sound complicated, but it's not very complicated. Okay, when I explain you'll see that it's very easy to understand. Okay, so once you're done with these 4 types of cost-based pricing, then we'll move on to competition-based pricing. Okay, and you'll see that these are also easy things, not very complicated.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, by the way, before I start discussing about pricing, I want to show you something. Just a second.
All right, sure, no problem. So after like oh yeah, I know about this.
Oh, you have learned about this? Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
did the secondary research about this.
Secondary research. Okay, that's good. So I just wanted to show you, because look at how they organized. I mean, I won't say it's the perfect report, but you can take some idea from it. Don't copy and paste. Don't copy and paste.
Okay, sure.
It's very serious. You can't do that. But I just wanted to show you this part. Okay, how they organized.
Okay.
For example, if you look here, in the introduction phase, they have these things. Some of them are not very relevant to your study. Okay.
True.
Maybe you can write about variables, but still it's not very important. But obviously you have to give objective of the study, right? And what problem are you trying to solve? Okay. Maybe you can also write about that. But I especially wanted to bring your attention to this.
The marketing mix.
There is marketing mix. Yes. There is our pricing, place, promotion. Okay. There is different parts.
All right, sure.
But look at this. Look at this
Can
methodology.
You can send me the link. I think I lost.
Sure. I can send you the video. So there is methodology. Okay. So look at methodology. They have mentioned so many things. They have mentioned how they try to figure out qualitative research. Remember what is qualitative research?
Yes.
So quality research is finding about something which cannot be measured easily by numbers, by using numbers, right? It's more about understanding particular behavior of the customers, right? Or particular attitude of the customers, or why they buy it. What's the reason they buy it? It cannot be calculated by maths or numbers. That is quality research. So they talked about that. They talked about population and sample, okay? Which sampling method they used and what was their sample size, okay? And how did it affect? Remember, if your sample size is small, your finding might be inaccurate, right? So they have also
Inaccurate,
mentioned,
yes, true.
yes, they have also mentioned that here. And then how did they design their questionnaire, okay? They
Yeah.
actually explained, for example, what was, why did they ask, why did they put that specific question in the questionnaire? So something like that. How did they collect the data, all right? So it's a very in-depth, you might not have to mention all of them because this is like advanced level research, right? This is for MBA, master's degree. So
Okay.
many of these things will not be applicable for you, but you can get some idea. All right, you can get some idea about how they actually mentioned, how they organized their methodology. Okay, you can get some idea, and you can also get some idea about how they talked about this 4 Ps here. All right, how they talked about this 4 Ps here. So I'll send you the link later on after the conversation.
All right, sure, no problem.
All right, now let's get back to the book. First of all, we're gonna talk about cost-based pricing, and number one thing in under cost-based pricing is the markup pricing. Okay, so have you ever heard this word markup?
Markup, no, sir. I haven't. I haven't.
All right. Okay. So markup is actually a very simple thing. Markup is, first of all, you are trying to find out what is your cost. Okay. And then you add a markup on your cost. Markup is like a return. Okay. How much do you, what percentage of your cost do you want to earn? Okay, as a profit. So this guy, look at this guy. Maybe his cost was $40, and then what was his markup? 50%. So 50% means whatever his cost is, he wanted half of that as a profit.
Half of that as a profit.
Yes, 50%.
Oh, okay,
means
50,
half,
50. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
okay.
50%. So that means what is half of 40? Half of 40 is $20.
20.
Right? So $40 is his cost, and he wants $20 extra, right, as a profit. So very easy calculation. What is his price? His price is
60.
40 plus 26. Okay, so this is called markup.
So how do you know it's 50%?
Oh, it's actually a decision of the manager. If the owner or the manager wants 10% markup, okay. If the markup was 10%, can you tell me what would have been the selling price? Just tell me. You can use a calculator if you want, but it won't be necessary. Let's instead of 50%, let's say the owner said, okay, we want a markup of 10%. So tell me, in that case, what would be the selling price?
It will be less.
Okay, just tell me, use your calculator and tell me what will be the price.
How do I calculate it?
You just find 10% of 40.
Oh, okay.
Markup will tell you how much profit you want to make on your cost. Okay. Because okay, it costed you $40. Okay, but how much profit do you want? Do you need? How much extra money do you need? So that is
10%. So it's like $4.
$4, right? So what will be your price?
24.
44. Because 40 is your cost. 40 is your cost, and you add extra $4. What is that extra $4? That is your income, your profit, your extra money that you can enjoy. Okay, that out of that $44, $40 you cannot enjoy because $40 is actually your cost, right? So you need to enjoy some money, right? You need to spend some money on food. So that is your extra money. That's called profit. So that profit will be determined by how much markup do you want. Okay, it really depends. If you want 10% markup, that's fine. If you want 80% markup, that is fine. It's totally your decision.
So the more the markup is, the better for the profit.
The more the profit is, right? Exactly, and the higher the price. Okay,
the
higher the price. Okay, so you actually have to be very careful about your markup because if you set the price, obviously everyone wants more profit, right? Probably 100% profit. But the issue is if that will increase the price. and that might that will make the that might make the customers angry, okay, or frustrated. Maybe they will not buy from you. They'll think that your products are too expensive. So you have to be careful about choosing your market. Right.
Okay, sir.
And then next, that is all about markup. So what is markup? Markup is actually a percentage on the cost, okay, which is fixed by the owner as a return, okay, or the percentage of return, that is percent of return, or the percentage of the cost which the business owner wants as a profit. That is called markup. That's it. So you simply put a specific percentage on your cost as a markup, and then you add the markup with the cost to get your selling price, and that's how you select your price. Okay. Next we have target pricing. Okay, so target pricing, I think there's an example here. So target pricing is actually very similar to markup, So you see, let's say 400,000 is your cost. Okay, maybe you're producing 10,000 bags. So and maybe it costed you $4 per unit. So 400,000 is your cost. So, and then you said that you want 20% profit. Okay, that means you want to earn 20% on your sales. Actually, this is sales. So sales means the money that you'll be receiving, right? The money that you'll be receiving from the customer. So here the issue is they want 20% on the sale, or you can just say they want 20% on the profit as well. Okay, so find out what's 20% of 400,000. Just check. Is it 80,000?
100,000, right?
It is 80,000, right?
Yes, 80,000.
Okay, so it's very similar to markup. Remember, in markup we actually fix the markup based on how much return we want, how much profit we want, right? So it's very similar.
So the required return to also determined by the manager.
Right. It will also be determined by either the owner or the manager. And then what you do, remember what was the third step? The third step is you just add your cost and how much money you want, 40,000, right? And then what you do is you divide it by the number of bags you produced. All right. So we produced 10,000 bags. So this is what the total money that I need to cover, right? That money includes my cost. This money here, let me just use again. So this money here, 40,000. This is the total money I need to get in my hand, right? And out of this 40,000, 400,000 is my cost, right? And the rest 80,000 is actually my profit. The money that I can take in my pocket and go home, right? And I can enjoy this money. So this is 40,000. This is the total money I need to get. So now the question is, so how much will be my price? So it's very simple. You divide the total amount of money that you need by the number of bags
unit.
So it's very simple. It becomes $48.
48.
Okay. Now, this is target marketing. Okay, because this is your target, or you can say this is your target, right? This is the total money that you're targeting, because this money will cover your cost and also give you some profit to enjoy.
Yes, true.
So now what's the difference? The difference between this and the markup is that when we were studying markup, in markup it was basically per unit. We did not have to divide the main thing by unit. Okay, we already did the calculation on a per unit basis. Okay,
per unit
basis. But here we are actually dealing with the actual figure. You're basing on the number of units. Okay, we're taking the number of units into consideration. So this figure might change. If instead of 10,000 units, maybe we wanted to produce, let's say, 5,000 bags. Okay, then obviously this figure will change, and so will the price. Okay, so this is target market. All right, and next we have the full cost pricing. Okay. Now, what is the full cost pricing? In full cost pricing, you're going into more details. So in full cost pricing, you are actually considering the fixed cost and the variable cost. So you're finding that the total cost.
The total cost.
Total cost.
Oh,
So
I see.
remember, this is exactly what we learned yesterday. Okay, if I show you,
Yes, sir.
let me show you the yesterday's.
Fixed cost is the one that doesn't change.
Right,
Variable
right.
cost is
Right.
the one that
So-
changes, and the total cost you just add them up together.
So if I go back here, so remember how you found my total cost, right? The
Yes,
formula
sir.
for total cost was total cost equals to
Fixed cost.
fixed cost plus variable cost, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if I go back to the book, in the book,
Mhm.
if you go try the previous one, the target marketing, here we don't know how much is fixed cost or how much is variable cost, right? We're just maybe guessing the number, or maybe this is an approximate cost. But when you use full cost, you must have the details. You must know what is your fixed cost, and you must know what is
The
your
variable cost.
variable cost. Okay.
Okay.
That way, your total cost will be more accurate. Total cost will be more accurate than the previous method. Okay. Then you simply divide it by the number of units you're going to produce, right? You simply divide it by the number of units you produce. So the answer is $7. Now, this $7 is your price or is your cost?
It's the cost.
Cost per unit. Very good. This $7 is the cost per unit, because this is my total cost, right? It
Yep.
includes fixed cost.
And the variable cost.
Right. This includes the fixed cost, and
Variable
also it
cost.
includes the variable cost, right? This is your total cost. And then you divide it by the number of units you want to produce, or you will produce. And so you get $7, which is the cost. Let's get this as cost per bag or per unit. Okay, whatever I'm going to say. Now, why is this important? Because now you know what is the minimum price you can charge, right? So you cannot charge, you have to